Hello everyone, hello, hello. Oh wow, already got a comment before I've even begun from Retrospective. As always, let me know if you can hear me. Hello UK Guitar Noodle, how's the sound? Can you hear everything? Hello Hero! Bit distorted on the voice. There's not much I can do. I've been thinking about getting a new microphone, which would solve a lot of stuff. Hopefully would solve a lot of stuff. I'm going to open that. Oh wow. Seeing those numbers creeping up. Welcome to the stream. Just going to play for a bit until people turn up. Okay, well, there's a lot of people in here for me. There's enough in here for me. Just do let me know straight away if the sound cuts out or anything. I can already see camera is out of focus though. UK Guitar Noodle, why do you not have the camera nearer like on a lesson? I can do that. I just thought this on the screen is a bit more, I don't know, dynamic. I can do this though. Got to have L-Razor in there. Try that. Is this one of those cases where I'm going to think, why did I not do this sooner? That does look better on screen. Thank you, UK Guitar Noodle. Let's have rule of thirds composition. I'm going to be in this third. Is that okay? That's better, isn't it? You get Pinhead and me. Okay, well, Small Lick says, love those Yamaha speakers. They're amazing speakers. I just I bought them and then I just feel like they're just gonna be my speakers forever. I don't think I can improve on them. Of course, anyone who knows me knows that I'm completely deaf. I'm completely deaf in one ear and convinced that I'm going slightly deaf in the other. So sound and tone and all the dynamic range stuff is lost on me. So those speakers, they're perfect for everything that I would ever do. Hero says you love this guitar. Retrospective, don't get him started on a 565. Well, here's the thing. No. Watch my videos on the 565 if you want to know my real thoughts on 565. You know, I'm just going to tell you one thing. You know, when I tag my videos, I do all the hashtags and stuff. The other day, I hashtagged RG565 and still found myself smiling to myself. Just just because I own one. Now, another little bit of playing before I get on to what I'm talking about today, which, as the thumbnail suggests here, it's about chord extensions. A little bit building on what I was going on about last time, and I've got a poll. I've actually got, I'm getting with each passing live stream is more preparation. Okay, but I wasn't prepared enough to do this before the stream. But I'm going to try and talk and type, trying to keep it professional. I'm going to talk and type at the same time. I'm not doing a very good job. Talk amongst yourselves. You want a BC-rich gunslinger, says Retrospective. I agree. I agree you want one, but I also agree that I love them, especially the ones. Oh God, I've had to. Sorry, blaspheming. How do you spell that word? I don't know how to spell this word. The word necessary. I always have to search for it. Okay. E-S-S-Y. There we go. Nice, easy. There we go. Right. That bit of playing, then I'm getting going. Okay. Got my pro head on today. Because I've got to get through a lot of music theory. Ibanez. That's thrown me off my scales. That's enough of that. No one wants to listen to some mindless noodling for too long over two chords. Right, well, chord extensions. I'm going to talk about chord extensions. As always, leave questions in the chat if you want to derail the stream, because I love talking and going off on tangents about music theory. It is a reissue, I know. Not the real deal, but it'll do for me. Anyway, chord extensions. To understand what a chord extension is, you have to know what a non-extended chord is. And I talked about this in my chord scale theory. To take a scale, let's say G major. I'm not working in C major today. I'm working in the scale of G major. I'm sure that you know the notes of G major. Can you let me know in the chat, what are the notes of G major? Let me know. I'm going to play a little loop in the key of G major, and I want you to let me know, what are those 7 notes in G major? Go on, what are the notes? The notes in G major. I'm going to keep playing this bend until someone tells me. There we go. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So then, to have those notes reading from left to right, as you read in the chat, read what Retrospective has written. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. You end up with the note G to pick, just the note G, like this. Then you jump over the A and reach B. Jump over the next note and you end up with D. that is a non-extended chord. That is a triad, a 3-note chord. So where does an extension come from? For this, you know, for a nice basic extension, is to just carry that on. Go on G, B, D. The next note, if you jump over an E, is an F sharp. So stick an F sharp in there. It sounds a bit weird like that when you put it all on one string. End up with a nice G major 7 chord. Root, 3rd, 5th, and 7th. Just assign numbers for the degrees of the scale. You end up with root 3rd, 5th, and 7th. A nice G major 7 chord. Anyone who takes lessons with me knows that I'm always talking about the two sides of the brain. The musician side of the brain and the guitarist side of the brain. And the guitarist side of the brain I give a bad rap, because that side of the brain is the side that just learns shapes. This. And if you said, well, what are the notes that you just played? They would go, well, this. And it's with love that I'm hard on that kind of player, on that kind of mindset, because I'm like that all the time as well. But then there's this side of the brain. This is the music theory side of the brain, the one that does all the homework, all the stuff that keyboardists and saxophonists and other non-fretted instruments, they just do. They just do it from lesson 1. We are a lot of the time playing catch-up. So we're extending the G major scale to end up with a 4-note chord. And we've got our notes. But that is just one way of playing it. So then you'd switch on this side of the brain, that guitarist side of the brain, the side of the brain that likes to memorize patterns and shapes. So you never give up, you never let go of this side of the brain, the one that loves going, because that's where your fingers have just muscle memoried themselves. You never let go of that. You use that to cement all the other side of your brain stuff and learn the shapes. And you memorize a G major 7 chord shape up here, the, wherever you want to. And you can come up with your own patterns as well. Don't buy chord books. Don't search for them online. You won't remember them as quickly as if you come up with them yourself. When you use them, I should really switch to a clean channel, but I'm too lazy. Hopefully that's clear enough. Tommy Carell loves learning music theory. Good. Can anyone identify this mode I'm playing? That's the distinctive note. What mode was that? I'd like to know if anyone knows that mode. UK Guitar Noodles thinking Dorian. I'm playing over a G major 7 chord. G major 7, root major 3rd, 5th, major 7th, or just 7th, root 3rd, 5th, 7th. Dorian, there'd be a bit of a clash between that flattened 3rd of a Dorian sound and the major 3rd of a major chord. Okay, Seago Guitarist. Hello, Seago Guitarist. I didn't notice you coming in through the door. It's nice to see you. Theory is very evil. Beelzebub cowers before theory. Retrospective thinks Mixolydian. Mixolydian, it's got a flattened 7th. So that F sharp that I'm playing, you know, G, B, D, F sharp. Mixolydian would be G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I could play it, but there'd be a massive clash. I've deleted the G major 7 chord now, so I can't demonstrate that stuff. I was playing the other one. I was playing the other one, Lydian. I was playing Lydian. Going back a little bit now to some scale chord theory, I can get away with playing Lydian over a major 7 chord because the major 7 chord is just root 3rd, 5th, 7th. Hello, Matt. It's just root 3rd, 5th, 7th. Sorry, I've got hay fever coming on. You'll see it in my latest video on Thursday. It comes out on Thursday. The characteristic note of a Lydian mod is the sharpened 4th. So over a G major 7 chord that doesn't determine what the 4th is, I can change the 4th. Use the 4th, Luke. Okay. That's a major 7 chord. What if I wanted to make a G minor 7 chord? I'd use the G minor scale. What is the G minor scale? I'm going to noodle in the key of G minor, and I want you to tell me in chat, what are the notes in a G minor scale? What are the notes in G minor? Okay, UK title says G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F. Sorry, I know that I've got a cup of water in the other room. I will be 1 minute. I won't even be a minute. Deader. That's deader. Can't do deader on a live stream. That's the cardinal sin. Okay, it is G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F. And Ian Plale says same, but the third is different. The G major scale is G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. And as UK Guitar Noodle says, G, A, B flat. So the third is different, but look what else is different. An E flat and an F. The characteristic notes, the notes that differentiate, that make different the minor scale to the major scale, is it's got a flattened 3rd, a flattened 6th, and a flattened 7th. So if I were to harmonise that, I would end up with the notes G, B flat, and D. That is not an extended chord. That is a triad. So what do I need to do? Tell me in the chat, what do I need to do? I've got root flattened 3rd, 5th. What note have I got to add to now extend that chord to be a minor 7 chord? I'm waiting for chat. F, says Matt, and Matt is correct. Let's try it. Again, it sounds like March of the Bees. But the fact that it sounds like March of the Bees isn't bad, because that means that I and you all have just exercised that musician side of the brain, that side of the brain that's done the homework, that's stacking on in order, that can now set what the notes of a G flat minor 7 chord are: G, B flat, D, and F. Root, flat and third, fifth, and flat and seventh. You know all the theory. You did the work, then you got used to the sound. But that sounds rubbish. That's not music. That's when this side of the brain comes in and you go, sorry, it's hay fever. I've a proper frog in my throat. That's where that side of the brain comes in. And you now think, okay, now I know the notes. Come up with some patterns, some shapes that you remember. So you have that simplified guitarist side of the brain. Try and find some, at least with the root on the E string, root on the A string, root on the D string. Others are available, he says, while trying to avoid doing any others. Because I've not done my homework. Okay, Bob. Yeah. I'm not going to keep moaning about it. Okay, sounds like Lose Yourself. Well, Lose Yourself, that's an interesting one. In Plale, because Lose Yourself makes use of root and fifth. Let me change. That distance there, that is the flattened sixth. So Lose Yourself by Eminem does use the natural minor scale, but I think it's in D. So that's well spotted. Okay then. That is major 7 and minor 7 explained. I don't know if anyone here ever listens to jazz. There's a guitarist, well-known jazz guitarist called Joe Pass. Joe Pass said once that there are 3 types of chord, or 3 functions, 3 main functions for a chord. Minor 7, which forms the function of a 2 chord. Major 7, which forms the function of a 1 chord. There's another type of really strong 7th chord that isn't the diminished 7th, and I wonder if chat can get it. It's not the diminished, although he would have classed the diminished as a type or version of this chord. JD has hit the nail on the head. UK Guitar Noodle and Ian Plale, well done. The dominant chord. Okay. Sorry, I know I keep stopping. Yeah, right. The dominant 7 chord. Here's the thing. To analyse the dominant 7th chord and to talk about it as a chord extension, I'm not going to talk about modal music. That goes beyond the scope of this video. To talk about Mixolydian and using that sound, I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to stick within the key of G major, and I'm going to talk about a dominant 7 chord. Can anyone in chat let me know which chord I'm about to talk about? What 7? What dominant 7? JD says D dominant 7, and JD is correct. How's the poll looking? Let's have a look at the poll. It's 60-40. Okay. I love learning music theory. Is just winning out. I can't vote, or else obviously I'd pick that first one. Or theory is a necessary evil. Don't let me go today without showing you my favourite book. It's in the bedroom. I always read it before bed because I'm hardcore. I will show you. That's where I get all this stuff from. D dominant 7. A D dominant 7, yes, because chord 5 in any major key is a dominant 7 chord. If you're being strict with diatonic music theory, 5th note, dominant 7, don't get it. Why? Okay, Ian Plale says you're not quite sure about this one. Now, without pen and paper or fancy screen share software, because anyone who knows me knows I'm pathetic with that kind of stuff. I've just got words and a guitar. Why number 5? Because this is actually a video. I've made a note that this is going to be a video for next time, the next live stream. You have to compare. Okay, this is one of these moments where I can't get too in depth, and I've just got to blurt it all out, and what will be will be. It's something to look into if you cling on to something that I've said and search within that. Right, I'm in the key of G major. For me to harmonise the 5th note of G major, which is a D, I'd end up with D, F sharp, A, and C. Okay, I want you to have that like a little bookmark in your mind. D, F sharp, A, and C is over here. Now over here, or if you've got a pen and paper, right, D, F sharp, A, and C. Over here, I'm now going to think D major. The notes of D major, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. What did I just say? Let's rewind. D, E, F, yeah, I just did that. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. What was over here? D, F sharp, A, and C. There is something not adding up. Ian Plale, what's not adding up there? It's the 7th note in a D major scale is a C sharp. So if I want to make a D major 7 chord, I would have D, F sharp, A, C sharp. You have to know the spelling of a dominant 7 chord to really understand what's going on. There's a lot of stuff that has to come together. Music theory is not easy, but it's very logical. So I'm not trying to make it out like it's dead easy, but once you know the spelling of a dominant 7 chord, you'll know that that's root, yeah, 3rd, yeah, 5th, flattened 7th. So in a D major scale, that would result in D, F sharp, UK Guitar Noodles got it, A, C, C natural, which happens in the key of G major when you harmonise from the 5th degree. The concept of comparison is this phrase that I coined in the car drive back home to do this lesson, to maybe do as a live stream, that you have to know and be really quick with the 12 major keys, super fast, speed up that sardy brain, that you can say all those 12 major keys, all the notes. So then when it comes to moments like this, that you go, okay, what notes have I got? I've got D, F sharp, A, and C. You're not left wondering. You can spot patterns. You can go, okay, well, that's root 3rd, 5th in the key of D major, but what's going on with that C? Well, that's flattened when compared to a D major scale over here. Okay, if anyone in the chat who hasn't given me a little bit of a like, please do that, because it spreads the video. That would be very helpful if you did that. Okay, well, hopefully, Ian, that has got a little bit of an introduction into it, and I'm sure you might have questions about that. I've got to move on though. So, dominant 7, I've just said there, haven't I? It's root 3rd, 5th, flattened 7th. So that leaves me in the key of G major with D, F sharp, A, and C. The March of the Rock and Roll Bees. Yeah, every rock and roll song from the 60s started like that. So, we've got our 3 chords, major 7, minor 7, and dominant 7. But we're only halfway through the stream. What have I done? Have I not paced myself correctly? And I've ended my point early? No, if only music theory were that simple. I've not. Because there's other types of chords. You've come across them, haven't you? You've come across those chords. You're very welcome in play. Hopefully it makes it a bit clearer. What chords am I talking about that you've come across? You've come across chords like dominant 7, sharp 5, major 7, sharp 4, minor 9 chords. What about minor 9 chord? Let's go back to what I did with the G major scale. Sorry, the G minor scale to get a G minor 7 chord. Notes of G minor 7 are G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, and G. And I play root 3rd and 5th, which gives me, well, let's get March of the Bees again. That's G, B flat, D, and F. Root, flat and 3rd, 5th, and 7th. What note do I need to add? Nice and easy question, I feel, this one. What note do I need to add to G, B flat, D, and F to turn it into a G minor 9 chord? Let me know. Anyone who joins the live stream and just sees me playing to that as a loop will be very confused. Matt says B flat. B flat I've already got. I've got G, B flat, D and F, and I need to add another note to the top end to turn it into a G minor 9 chord. UK Guitar Noodle says A. Anyone else? Matt, you changed your mind to A. Seagull Guitarist, got to run up to the shop. Menial live task beckon. They do. If you want to watch this when it goes live, published on my channel, then do it. It'll be there. So Seagull Guitarist, it's sad to see ya go. Seagull Guitarist. Okay, it is an A. I've got a 5-note chord. Okay, Ryan Wooten, you followed my advice on the PAF Pro Tone Zone and True Velvet. Thank you. What a combination. Excellent. That is brilliant to hear, Ryan. And welcome to the live stream. I'm well in depth here with some music theory, trying to keep on top of it, where I am and where I'm going. I'm streaming until 7:15. That's a G minor 9 chord, G, B flat, D, F, A. Exactly, running out of fingers. So I've got to switch off this side of the brain that's done all the hard work, where if you ask me what are you playing and why, I'd go blah 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 blah, and switch on this side of the brain now, where I could look at chord dictionaries and I could look online and I could use fancy apps. And I know people learn in different ways, so don't take that the wrong way. I'm not going to call that lazy, but all I'm going to say is if you want to memorize stuff, it makes a bit of sense that if you work it out yourself, it's going to stick with you. And there's nothing better than working out a chord yourself and then going and seeing it in a chord book. And then you think, I got that without even using you. And you find that it's a conventional chord shape that people use. So G minor 9, well, you got the Opeth version, or the Police version. I used to love that chord. I used to play nothing but that chord when I was back in the metal days. All that stuff. And I didn't know what I was doing or why. But now, to put a bit of music theory on there, it's all about feel, says Retrospective. That video, yeah. Well, there's comments on that video, and the like ratio to unlikes which I know YouTube doesn't let you see the unlikes. I knew that what I was saying was probably going to be unpopular to most. I stand by what I said. Feel is subjective and all that stuff. Okay. That's a nice one that I always use. This is another nice one that I always use. What you've got to think about is formula. You don't think about, okay, well, I don't think about where's a G, where's a B flat, where's a D, where's an F, blah, blah, blah. I think about, there's my root. Feel all over the place. Root, there's a flattened third, there's a flattened seventh, there's the ninth. And make sure it blew up on guitar Twitter. Wow, I didn't know I blew up on Twitter. Is that true? No way. Now I get that reference. Don't think, feel. It's like a finger pointing at the moon. Movable shapes. I'm getting distracted now by classic films. And I'm in G minor. Okay, G minor 9 chord. Get back on track, Anthony. The feel police. Well, you know, if people want to talk about it, then that's exactly why I did the video. And I'm fine with people disagreeing with me, because I'm happy with my own opinion. And some people, as long as they don't get nasty, I'm happy that they're talking about it. He said through gritted teeth. That's a G minor 9 chord. Okay, so let's just choose one other crazy sounding chord. What about a D? Let's go for the dominant chords, because they tend to be really crazy, like a D altered chord, or a D7 sharp 9. What about, oh yeah, D, okay, D7 sharp 9 flat 5. What would the arpeggio for that be? It'd be D, root, third, flattened 5th, dominant 7th, sharp and 9th. That's going to be impossible to play, so you have to find it. I can't play I Feel Good. Because I don't feel. I have no feel. Come on, I said derail it, but derail it with, you know, music theory questions, you know, wholesome things. Root third, flattened 7th. I need a 5th in there. There's a 5th. There's a flattened 5th. What do I need? I need a sharp 9 from somewhere. What is the sharp 9? It's an A sharp. Notice how I'm not saying B flat, even though. Yeah, it's because I'm sharpening the 9th. The 9th is an A. I'm not looking at chat. Yeah, okay. I looked at chat. If I'm getting this theory wrong, it's not my fault. Yes, I need a sharp 9 from somewhere. If anyone can lend me a finger. There we go, okay. And it's at this point where I have to get rid of notes. Maybe I don't want the flattened 7th. Yeah, come to Anthony's channel where you learn, where you watch him struggle with. What was I saying about chord books? Don't look in chord books. Buy chord books. Get the app. It's quicker. I'm settling on that one. I've got the root flattened 5th, flattened 7th, and a sharp 9. But I've not got the major 3rd, so I'm a bit annoyed with myself. I could put the B in there like that, but I'm not gonna. Okay, that leaves you free for all your melodic minor, gubbins if you want to do. the altered scale and stuff like that. But again, that goes beyond the scope of this video. Okay then. Holdsworth hands time, definitely. Yeah, that feels right. I do feel it in my fingers and in my toes, but not on guitar, apparently. Drop the root note, make the bass player do it. Yeah, or keyboardist or singer. You know, in books and you know, I teach a lot of songs, and if kids are learning a song from a book and it's like by Oasis or something, and it says that it's, oh, this is a nice segue onto what I'm getting at in a minute. And it'll say, play a C added 9 chord. Sometimes what that means is you have to take into consideration what note the vocalist is singing at that point. If the book that this kid is learning from is trying to be all-encompassing and say, at this moment in time, the music is playing a C added 9th chord, you don't just look at the guitar and go, oh, that's okay, C, and blah, blah, blah. Most of the time, that just means you're playing a C. It's the singer who's singing a D. So what's the difference between an added 9th chord and a C major 9th chord? Oasis can read. What is the difference between a C added 9th chord and a C major 9 chord? Let me know in the chat. UK Guitar Noodle says the 7th. What about a bit more detail? A major 7th. Yeah, that is right. So say justice for all, yeah. A major 7th chord. You need to take, Matt says, C plus 9th only versus root 3rd, 5th, 7th and 9th. Exactly. Retrospective says the 7th chord or a 7th chord. Well, I'm not sure. I'm talking about an added 9th versus a major 9th. And yeah, that is right. Matt has hit the nail on the head. My voice is starting to go. You know, some people stream for hours and hours and hours. If you watch McCrocklin every Saturday night, he streams for ages. Don't know how he does it. G. I'm in the key of G, so I've got G, B, and D. If I want to make a G major 9 chord, I need to take everything up along the way. G, B, D, F sharp, and A. Root 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th. If I wanted to play a G added 9th, I'd just have the G, B, D, the triad, and then stick a 9th on there. So in a similar fashion, a G add 13 is G, B, D, E, or root 3rd, 5th, 13th. A G major 13th is G, B, D, F sharp, A, C. Sorry, I learned this recently. My connection is unstable. So, retrospective, saying C sharp minor, 9th, suspended 2nd. That's an interesting one. I think you might be messing around there. Hopefully, because I can't explain that one. There's too many 9ths and 2nds going on. Okay, so added notes are different to major or minor or dominant chords, which makes total sense because it's called an added chord. when it comes to chord extensions and the chord followed by a load of name, is there anything that you want to ask me in chat? Because I've got through in 45. A 9th added to a 2nd makes an 11th. Yeah, I think this is, what is it, the number 42? The number 43? Isn't there a film? Is it Jim Carrey? Where he goes on a rampage, not a rampage, like a obsessive obsession with, where he goes on a rampage, not a rampage, like a obsessive obsession with numbers. Number 20, 42. 42 is the answer to the meaning of life, I think. Is it the number 23? I don't know. I've not even seen the film. But he's doing maths all over the walls and stuff. Okay, any questions about any of the extended stuff? Is a power chord technically a root add fifth? Yeah, a root added fifth chord. Yeah. I don't think anyone would refer to it as that, but that is a way to envision it. Root added fifth, yeah. Do I know why 42 is the meaning of life? Yes, but I'm just not telling you. And JD says that's number one. Yeah, remain indoors. Okay. 46 minutes in. I feel like if no one asks me a real in-depth question, I'm just going to burn out and just jam on one chord or something, or just talk about Enter the Dragon or anything else that's been brought up. Yeah. Any questions at all would be really helpful. So I'm just going to loop. I love doing this loop. It's in B major, but it feels like it's in E minor. Okay, I won't do the loop because I've been asked a question. When do you use diminished chords? And UK Guitar Mule says the name changes when we remove low notes. Oh, Pop-Up Pirate's here. That's interesting. I know a Pop-Up Pirate. IRL. I know a few of you IRL. Black metal octave chord. Is that add 7th then? It'd be add 8th. If you were going to refer to, you know, this thing, I take it you mean this thing. Forgot it. Something like that. But that thing, added 8th, you could call that. Added 7th would be this thing. Smashing Pumpkins. Whatever it does there. Okay. When do you use diminished chords? You can use diminished chords in a number of ways. When you think about where it sits in the major scale, that's chord 7. So you can use it as a leading chord. If you've got a nice chord 4, chord 2, chord 4, chord, whatever it was, then there it is. But you hear that pull that it's got. The second, what's it called? Tritone Substitution. You can that's getting really in depth into some quite extensive jazz theory. Tritone Substitution. You can use diminished chords in there, which is basically just to create a chromatic bass line more than anything else. What's my favourite guitar exercise? Says Ryan Wooten. Do you know what my favourite guitar exercise is, Mr. Wooten? It's nothing fancy. When I sit down and I go, oh dear me, I am out of sync. I think I did a video on this. There is nothing better to me than this exercise. I don't care what scale this is. All I care about is playing 2 notes per click and never stopping. Yeah, and try and keep it in a scale, but I don't care what scale it is. Then ramp it up and ramp it up and ramp it up. Sometimes I do it, most of the time I do it without the metronome, and I'll just play stuff. There was a pull off, that's naughty. Change scale, another pull off. It's just about synchronicity. That's all I use that as an exercise for. And because I want to carry that style of playing in my improv, to be able to pick things on the fly. To, keep doing pull-offs. Just to speed up, generally just speed up my picking and my fluidity. That's my favourite exercise. The one that I teach the most, though, to everyone is this. Because everyone needs to learn that one. That's the one. Pop-up Pirate. Yeah, any others can I remember? No. Dogs. I like stroking dogs. Retrospective says, can I play any Sisters of Mercy? Every time we go on a road trip, we always put an album from a random bands that we deem to be random, to try and discover not new music, but music that we've just not got around to yet. And we stuck on some Sisters of Mercy. Other than that, it was okay. Other than that, I don't really know them. I couldn't name a single Sisters of Mercy song. But the last time we had a road trip, we stuck on one of their albums on a big playlist. The Diabolus in Musica, yes, definitely. Flat and Fifth, all over the place. The Laughing Metronome. What do you think is on the back of this metronome? I want to know in chat, what do people think is on the back of this metronome? I did pull off twice. I didn't mean to pull off, but I did. Yeah, it's a good one. It is a good exercise, and the caterpillar, as I call it, obviously I've not invented that. That's been in every guitar magazine book. But you've got to vary the fingers as well. A stain, 30 seconds of pure hell, signs of chaos. Pinhead says UK Guitar Noodle. A photo of me says Beer Hounds. Beer Hounds, I don't think you've commented yet until now. I'm in double figures, that's nice. It's nice to see you, Beer Hounds. A gremlin, not a mogwai. You know that shirt? I take it you're referring to the t-shirt I used to have with the gremlin. That got turned into a COVID mask. I did keep that t-shirt for a long time. A naked woman. What I'm going to say is, one of you is correct. Massive surprise. There you go. It's Pinhead. Okay. 5 more minutes. Any final question? It can be about music theory, or it can just be something completely stupid, and I'll decide which kind of question I want to answer for 5 minutes. Beer Hounds beer reviews. Wow. That's interesting. Thank you very much. Wow. Thanks a lot. That's officially my first, what do you call it, super chat. Thank you. I really mean that. It's good to see, you know, that it's appreciated what I'm doing, even though the last 15 minutes I've gone a little bit awry. Thanks so much. Who was the man who discovered milk, and what was he doing in the first place? We all know the answer to that, and we're not going to talk about it. Which metal band uses fancy chords? Which metal band does use fancy chords? That's a very interesting question. Metal is just fifth chords, isn't it? Just power chords like that. I suppose Opeth are known, well, a lot of the metal bands will use fancy chords. I can't do the zoom in on the fingers today. We'll use fancy chords for the mellow bits, the acoustic bits, the lighter bits. When it comes to the heavy stuff, though, it's just power chords. Let's be honest. Tracy Walker, hello. Nice to see you. Partridge Super Chat. I know Partridge. I can't think if that's a reference to anything in particular. I deserve it. Well, no, thank you, Beerhound Reviews. It really is appreciated. Tracy Walker, you're doing amazing. Thank you. Thank you. And it's really good to see so many people in the chat. Matt says, can I play some more Sharp 9 stuff? I've got 2 minutes to play something. Queensrÿche apparently plays crazy chords. I don't really know that much about Queensrÿche. Crazy Sharp 9 stuff. Well, here's one to end on. The quintessential Sharp 9 song. What am I going to play? What am I going to play, Sharp? This chord is a dominant 7 Sharp 9 chord, and it's been so used by this one player, so popularized by this one player, that it's named after him. Oh, I still have my previous loop on there. That's No Feel. So if I want to get really fancy over that chord, over that chord and that riff, I can come up with some Sharp 9 or even flat 9, just any altered arpeggio stuff over that chord. Have I got time? I'm going to try and stick that lick in there. trying to force a major sound over it. That sharp 9 is fighting it, but that's okay because I've been talking for an hour. Okay, well, it's been amazing. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to go and have a cup of coffee because that's what I do. Thanks to everyone, and I'll probably see you in a week on Monday. Yeah, thanks. Bye.